What is up, Gundam Meisters and Innovators? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode we are concluding Mobile Suit Gundam 00F. Last time, Shaw decided to treat Fon as an enemy of celestial being and recruited the help of Hixar. Hayana destroyed Hanayo's Hado body. Fon also started fighting a Jinx 2. This time, Fon faces off against Hixar and blocks the solar tower from the sun, making it hard to get power on Earth. So let's get into this. While Fon handles the Jinx 2s, the rest of the anti-UN forces rush the base. Back with Foreste, Shaw asks Hixar to join their team. Hayana and Hanayo can communicate with brainwaves. Hayana is mad that she wasted their time to meet in person. Hanayo says she doesn't have a body, but she is more human than she is. Hayana says, "I will kill you." As she goes in to kill Hanayo again, Hixar tells her to stop and agrees to work with Foreste. They let him use the Mobile Suit F, and his first mission is to eliminate Fon. Veda doesn't seem to be against it, so Hixar is up for the mission. The anti-Union forces are struggling to hold off the Jinx 2s. One of these members are Klaus Grad, who will go on to lead Catherine in Season 2. Fon activates the Trans-Am system on Estrella F and gets the upper hand. They are taking over the base because they are led to believe there is a missile reserve, but it seems to be a trap to prevent them from attacking the solar tower. They take out the GN forces and regroup. Fon tells the rebels to try to find a way off planet, and he will do the same on his own. It seems it was his plan to help the rebels simply to get back into space. Fon used the entire team the whole time. However, it wasn't all too bad, as they were able to meet Klaus Grad in the process. Meanwhile, Hixar and Hayana are taking the elevator up into space. She wonders why Hixar took the job. He has been a puppet for Veda and betrayed his friends in the process. He believes that if he could beat Fon, a person who does whatever he chooses to do, only then will he surpass Fon. He says he wants to get the old me back. AD 2299. Terrorists are mad that a young Fon dropped asteroids onto Earth. They wanted to get rid of him. Fon happens to be listening to the other terrorists' conversation, decides to blow them up. Fon understands that the world revolves around the actions of one man, Aeolia Schoenberg. But he says that one man isn't following his rules, and he intends to find him. Veda didn't give them the mission to stop Fon, but it didn't stop them either. Because of this, they won't rely on Veda to solve its problems. At Lagrange Point 3, at one of Celestial Being's secret base, Ian Vashti wonders where Exia and Kidios' GN drives have gone. His wife Linda asks him what he is up to. Ian found out that Aeolia Schoenberg didn't leave just the Trans-Am system to Celestial Being. They also left them the concept of the twin drive system. We will go into detail about this in Season 2, but this uses two GN drives to sync across one unit. They are using the 3rd gen machine, Gundam Raziel, to test the twin drives. The problem is that using two GN drives in one unit means one less GN drive active on the battlefield, and it seems sparse amongst the teams. Ian is certain that everyone will return one day soon. The world is unified under one voice, which silences other voices. It is only a matter of time until Celestial Being will be needed once again. Shaw thinks back to when she met Fon for the first time. Hanayo wants to save Fon for Shaw's sake. Fon was the few people that saw Hanayo as an individual. Unlike her, Shaw will follow Veda's plan to her death. She has a life of sadness ahead of her, so saving Fon is the least she could do. Sherilyn tells her that there are Hados throughout the Celestial Being facility. She should be able to find Fon's location. She searches and finds him instantly. He is at a Celestial Being factory where the Euclides is located. That is when Hixar finds Fon's location. Hanayo handles unlocking the ship while Fon fights Hixar. He wonders what he is even doing all the way out here. With a great sense of dramatic timing, the Euclides busts out of the facility. As the Euclides heads out into space, Fon mentions that the person who created the new rules can't stop him now. The person that Fon is talking about is Ribbons Almark. Hanayo activates a GN field around the Euclides, and the two make their escape. Hixar chases them. Fon laughs at him for taking orders from Shaw. He says that he is afraid of taking action because he might end up killing Fon in the process. Ooh, edgy. He also says that he is afraid to take action for himself. Ooh, vulnerability. He is afraid that he could repeat the process of accidentally killing someone he cares about. Both mobile suits activate their Trans-Am systems. They begin fighting, but Hixar is even afraid to have two Trans-Am systems fight against each other. Fon tells him to make a decision for himself and leaves. As he flies away, Hixar pulls out the dynamic sniper rifle and takes aim. He waits for Fon's transam system to end before he takes his shot. Sherilyn tells Shaw that she could see that she is hurting, and the two have a cry session. She wants to save Fon, but if she goes against Veda, she believes that her comrade's death would be for nothing. Hixar gets a direct hit on Fon, but he wasn't able to take him out. Fon lands on the Euclides, and they make their escape. Hixar goes to refuel. Several months later, at Lagrange Point 1, UN Forces factory, Fon patches into the factory and tells them that he is taking everything inside the base for himself. That is when a black Pluton approaches the Estrella. The GNY 004B Gundam Pluton Black is built by Ribbon's Innovators and serves as a reference point for newer mobile suits. Like 5 other machines, these black versions are created based off of the data stored in Veda after Ribbons took control. Besides being black, the biggest difference is that the Pluton Black uses the GN Tau drives. It can also generate a stable GN field. Besides that, it is identical to the original version. Weapons include a GN beam rifle, a GN beam saber, and a GN shield. Fon has a feeling this is one of the people who still has direct access to Veda. This is who he was looking for. He begins attacking Pluton Black, but the unit doesn't fight back. The pilot says that he is not here to fight, but requests permission to land on his ship. He lands and meets with Fon. This is Bring Stability. Bring Stability? Are you kidding me with these names, man? Haneo can tell that he is a combat innovate, much like Tieria. Fon thinks that they are after intel regarding Shaw, that he is merely here to deliver this unit and help him out. He can care less about internal struggles. He tells him that he is an innovator. Fon allows him to help out. Hixar gives his report to Foreste, and they continue their hunt. Hayana asks again why he must help Foreste, and he says he must stop Fon. This conversation is getting exhausting, and he seems to have some codependency with Veda, and thinks of Fon as the savior that can break him free from his shackles. Yeah, I got it the first time. Hanayo and Fon are attaching boosters to asteroids. He intends to drop them to Earth. Bring Stability says, "Oh my god, that's horrible. But I promised I would help you, so let's destroy Earth, I guess." Their target is UN Forces Central HQ. Fon is fully aware of the consequences of what he is about to do. Bring's mobile suit uses black GN particles and utilizes a GN Tau drive. Hanayo analyzes the unit and it can now be deployed from the Euclides. They get the party started. The party being genocide. The two head out and protect the asteroids when the Sadal suit approaches them. Hixar fires the sniper rifle and tries to alter the trajectory of the asteroids. Fon turns his back on Hixar and he shoots him in the back, but doesn't kill him. Pluton comes in to help. Fon says that he has to kill Bring Stability before fighting him. Bring and Hixar engage in battle. Bring knows he is Hixar Fermi, known as Veda's Eyes. He wonders why he fights Fon when this doesn't go against Veda's orders. Hixar wonders why he is helping with his crimes. He says it is according to Veda's plan. He tells Hixar that innovators are designed to carry out the true plan and that they have surpassed humanity. He too can become an innovator. He says there is no reason for innovators to fight one another. They could have killed him at any moment, but he plays a vital role, so he might as well work with them. But Bring Stability is dead set on fighting. Meanwhile, Regina Regetta wonders why Ribbons doesn't stop this fighting. Also, Ribbons is wearing one of those tops, with the hole designed to show off a woman's cleavage, but he ain't got nothing to work with. I guess he's showing off a little collarbone though, that's something. Regina says that an attack will just strengthen the military and increase authoritarian power and create some sort of watch party with absolute oversight. It's a Gundam classic. He says that their target is UNHQ at the orbital elevator, and certainly they would have some defensive systems in place. Movements happen at the elevator, and Regina thinks his predictions are correct. The Baikal-class ship launches and defends the elevator. The ESF SC-01 Baikal-class is a battlecruiser that is used by ALAWs that we will see more in Season 2. It is a mobile suit space carrier mass-produced by Earth Sphere Federation. These ships are all about fast deployment capabilities, stealth, and versatility. Many of the engineers are originally Union engineers and are influenced by Greek and Roman maritime battleships. They are very light and very fast, though not as fast as the Ptolemaeus II. Weapons include a dual laser cannon, fixed laser cannons, and GN missiles. The captain of the ship is Aberrant, who will play a bigger role in Season 2. They set up defensive forces around the elevator. Fon notices that they are only protecting the elevator. They don't care about Earth. Let them rip. Veda always tracked the GN drives, but since Aeolia unlocked the Trans Am system, they have remained hidden to Veda, as though he knew it has been compromised. Of course, we know that was activated when Alejandro shot Aeolia's body. GN drives use quantum communication to always stay connected to Veda. Sherilyn says that because of this, they can amplify the drives and use that as a beacon to find the mobile suits. Have celestial being come to them instead of them trying to find them out. But this will essentially signal their location to their enemies as well. They have to try. Back at the battle, Hixar uses the Trans Am system, but Bring Stability uses his GN field to protect him. Hixar is able to penetrate his field. Hot. Bring is able to escape in a core fighter. He says that Hixar won't be able to stop the asteroids now, but Bring seems to understand Fon's true intentions. As the asteroids enter Earth's atmosphere, they suddenly explode, but the tiny fragments spread over the solar tower, blocking out the sun. A solar tower needs sun to work. This was Fon's true plan. He cackles like the maniac he is. On Earth, blackouts begin happening randomly. Power input has decreased by 30%. They need to borrow reserve power from the other two towers. Now that the Earth is united under the Earth Sphere Federation, I never know which tower they are explicitly referring to, but I assume this is the former HRL tower. Hixar is able to take down Bring and now wants to fight Fon. He indulges him. Hixar asks why Fon is doing this. Like Fon, he says, observe, listen, then decide. He wants to know his next course of action. Fon says, follow me. At Lagrange Point 3, the Vashtis are informed of the use of a GN drive during the attack near the solar tower. Ian Vashti is certain it is the Foreste team. They head towards their location. Sherilyn thinks that now is the right time to send out the beacon. Fon and Hixar head to the dark side of the moon. He is certain that Veda is here. He needs a great deal of power to operate. For Fon to find such a great power, he needs to literally turn off Earth. Once he did that, he simply looked for the biggest power source being emitted, and it happened to be on the dark side of the moon. The two sortie in the Gundams and are met with the Racial Black. The GN XXXB Gundam Racial Black is a variant created by the Innovators. The operating time of this unit is limited due to the GN Tau drive. This unit can combine with the Black GN Zephyr to create the Black Zephyr Racial. It is equipped with a GN beam rifle, a GN shield, and a GN beam saber. Remember, Hixar is distraught over his lost comrade named Grave, but the pilot happens to be an Innovator clone of himself. However, a clone of his friend Grave happens to be there as well in the Black GN Zephyr. The GNR XXXB Black GN Zephyr is the black variant that combines with the Racial. This unit is no different from its original counterpart. It is equipped with GN Proto-Bits, which are remote weapons with beam technology and can be used in Earth's atmosphere. Other weapons include GN Vulcans and the Bit Control System. The two combine to form the Black Zephyr Racial. The GN XXXB plus GNR XXXB Black Zephyr Racial is the combination of the two previous units. Although its operating time is limited compared to its counterpart, it does have a higher fire output. It has a Veda-linked operating system which the Ptolemaeus and Foreste teams no longer have access to. It is also equipped with the Proto-Bits, the GN beam rifle, a GN shield, and a GN beam saber. The happy clone Hixar is here to take care of sad real Hixar by ending his life. Hixar says that the weight of his burdens are too strong to be taken care of by a fake. He walks his own path. I think he's learning his lesson right now. As the two Hixars engage in battle, all of the Foreste Gundams come on the battlefield. However, these are black variants of the mobile suits. The GNY 0002FB Gundam Sadalsu Type F Black does not have the sensor mask like the original version and uses the GN Tau drive and cannot use the Trans Am system. It is never shown to produce a GN field, and though we could assume it has one like the original variant, unless we see it in action, it doesn't exist. Weapons include the revolver bazooka and the GN beam saber. The GNY 003FB Gundam Babulhul Type F Black doesn't seem to utilize the Gundam Kidios tail unit. Of course, this has GN Tau drive and thus no Trans Am system. Weapons include GN Vulcans, a GN beam saber, a GN beam rifle, and a GN hand missile. It also has the optical camo like the original unit. The GNY 001FB Gundam Estrella Type F Black is exactly the same as its original version, with the exception of the GN Tau drive and the sensor mask. There is also another Pluton Black as well. Fon activates his Trans-Am system. Clone Hixar loses a lot of bits when regular Hixar drops out of Trans-Am mode and shoots another bit. Hixar says that he or Grave doesn't understand the importance of life. Fon is fighting with Bring. Now is this the same Bring, or is this another disposable clone? It's vague and the art direction makes it seem like it could go either way. Fon is able to take out the Pluton Black, and the pilot escapes from the core fighter. He heads towards Veda's secret location. He is met with the voice of Ribbons, who thanks him for his service. Of course, he was using Fon for his needs, even though Fon felt like he was in control the whole time. Ribbons wanted to reward him with the release of Death, but he ended up surviving and killing his Innovades. He wants Veda for himself, but unfortunately, he can't give it to him and he needs it for Season 2. He moves all of the core functions and cuts off power to the moon base. The link to Veda is gone. Fon smiles. AD 2311. Ian Vashti, Lassie, and the Ptolemaeus team are working with the Foreste team to create and build the twin drive system. Fon left his Gundam on the moon and disappeared with Haneo and a Veda terminal. They wonder if he is trying to make his own Veda. Hixar once again goes out to find the traitor Fon. He doesn't take a Gundam because Fon doesn't have one anymore. After Fon blocked the sun, there was an increase in space workers, and the Earth Sphere Federation created the A-Laws, an autonomous peacekeeping force. But we all know what happens when you give unlimited power to a peacekeeping group in a Gundam property. Out in space, we hear Fon's cackle. And that will conclude Mobile Suit Gundam 00F. I enjoyed this manga, though it could have benefited from being 3 volumes instead of 4. This is also a great basis for what is to come in Season 2 of Gundam 00. And that is where we are going next in the Gundam 00 universe. We will see the rise of the A-Laws, and Catherine and Setsuna makes an appearance once again. We will also eventually cover 00P and 00I sometime after Season 2. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, Fon was the one who created the need for governmental oversight, and thus the rise in fascism, and thus the need for Gundam Meisters again? Doesn't seem like a linear path, but alright. Peace.